Yella here. What's good? What's happening? What's going on? Everybody all right? It's Yella. Welcome back to Organically Speaking. Today we about to get into another stock talk video. My man Wallstreet Trapper, he kicking more game and educating our people, as he say, one share at a time. So I want to check out this new video he posted and see what he talking about and try to get some more game in my life, as well as trying to pass this information to our people and anybody who want to learn how to better financially free their lives through investing. So let's check this out, all right?
What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. And y'all know my goal is to help the culture build wealth one share at a time. Y'all know I'm all about investing in stocks, yo. It's like the foundation to my wealth. 90% of my money is in the stock market, right? But I want some of you all to know this. Like, owning stocks is just not about having a piece of paper saying I own this company, right? It's about owning a breathing, living, tangible business. And so when you own that business, you are now making a transition from consumerism to ownership. And as an owner of that business, you are entitled to every piece of profit that that company makes. Now, the key to successful investing is not just about ownership in the business. It's about this beautiful thing that I call risk premium, right? So when you pay your insurance, you always pay that premium, right? Well, that's the thing about investing in the stock market, right? Every stock has some type of risk. And as an investor, as a successful investor, you must be able to say, what is the premium that I'm getting for the risk that I'm taking? That makes sense? What is the premium? What is the cash value? What is the reward that I'm getting either now, the next 6 months, year, or a lifetime of this investment? And so great investors are able to say, over the lifetime of this investment or my portfolio, what I'm able to do is get great returns because I'm willing to take risks that are within my comfort zone. So the greatest thing about investing in the stocks is that you must have on your armor is you must be able to say, this is my risk tolerance. Now, for me personally, I'm not one to get into like biopharmaceutical stocks. That ain't my thing. So I'm gonna stay away from that, right? But tech, I love being in tech businesses. Banking, I study banks on GP because they make all the money in the world. So I need to know what they got going on. But what we need to understand is, how is this company making money? And once we understand how the company making money, we now understand where the risk is at. Because businesses are about being profitable and businesses are about making money. So if we can understand how the business is making.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he definitely talking about ownership, and that is true. When you in the stock game, people don't understand you truly own a piece of that company. You may not be the majority owner or the Bill Gates or the Warren Buffetts, but yeah, your name is basically on that deed, so to speak. You are owner. Like I said in one of the other videos, I've been able to listen in on stock share calls and meetings with the company. The last one I did was with the company I'm invested in called Neo. It's an electric vehicle company out of China, and they blowing up kind of right behind Tesla. And I was able to listen in on that shareholders meeting, and it was interesting. As you know, you learn a lot about what's going on in the company, so you feel like you at the table, as well as you are allowed to attend certain shareholder meetings with these companies you invest in. But like him, well, you definitely want a diversified portfolio. And mine, I am invested in the electric vehicle sector, as well as, like Apple and stuff like that, and healthcare. So I'm pretty well rounded, if you ask me. But I am in the biogenomics sector too. It's a couple I invest in, and because they talk about things that are helpful to the human going forward with the technology and stuff inside of that. But yeah, it's powerful, man. And ownership is everything. Me being a small business owner, that's where I got my first taste of ownership and seeing the difference between an employee or being an owner. And not to say you don't work even harder being an owner of a company, small or major, but it has its rewards. And entrepreneurship, I do testify. It's great owning your own thing, and all your profits go to you and stuff like that, per se. But all right, let's get back to what else we talking about.
Money, or how the business is losing money, or how the business is generating money, we can understand where that risk factor is. So again, we want to get the greatest premium we can for the amount of risk that we're willing to take. And now we design our portfolio in a way where we say, yo, this, and this, these three categories, or these four categories are within my risk tolerance zone, and the premium that I am getting from each and every one of these risks, I'm willing to take that. One of the things that kills a lot of investors is we get into these stocks and we get into these companies and we don't understand the risk premium. We understand it because somebody else told us to get there, and that ain't what we should be doing. We should be only investing in businesses that we.
Very true. When I was a new investor trying to learn the game, sometimes you speculate or you listen to speculation on what other people say to get in, but you do have a little bit of homework you have to do, like he's saying, knowing a little bit about the company, their financials, making sure they're not in major debt, making sure their liabilities don't outweigh their assets, because when they have more assets, that's when companies are allowed to pay dividends to you. And again, that's one of my favorite things. So, yeah, you got a little bit of research to do, but you should want to do that anyway, especially when you're putting your money on something. And like he's saying, there is risk, but hell, it's risk in gambling. And I would rather do it this way and reap the benefits this way. And anybody who has a certain amount of success in their life or wealth, part of it is always by way of being in the market. So, yeah, he right on point with this.
We are comfortable with risk-wise and reward-wise, because at the end of the day, the stock market is all about generating great returns, right? And this is what put us ahead of great big investors, right? Because big investors, institutional investors, the whales, they're only able to invest in certain businesses. That's right. The business has to be big enough for them to invest in, because if they invest in these small businesses, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll call that like market manipulation, because they can't sneak in, right? So understanding our risk reward can now put us, our risk premium can now put us in some of the smaller cap businesses, the Russell 2000 businesses, right? The $2 million under businesses, right? We can get into those businesses because we understand that risk premium that comes with that. The ultimate goal is to say, yo, I've took these calculated risks because I understood the reward that comes with it. So typically we understand what the stock market goes up between 9 and 11% over the last 10 to 15 years. That's understanding the premium that comes with index funds. That's right. That's what I want to bring it back to. So if you invested in index funds, you know that you can get a premium of like 9 to 10% over the last 10 years. So that means if you get a year where the market.
And that's facts. When you start learning more about stocks and the risk that comes with it, again, being in index funds, they say that's one of the safest ways to invest your money, because it's a basket of stocks like the S&P 500, which is the top 500 companies in America, and which displays a balanced portfolio because you're involved with so many businesses. And like he's saying, the gains, as history speaks, usually between a 7 to 12 return through the years. So it is one of your safest ways. I am also involved and invested in a couple of index funds. I feel good about them. They're in a separate account, mostly in my Vanguard portfolio, but couple of single stocks that I invest in too for the dividend. But index funds also pay dividends as well. So I'm just trying to get it and build that future income. But yeah, he cracking facts. So
it is down 8%, 7%, 12%, it shouldn't really bother you because over the last 5, 6, 7 years, you've got 8 to 10%. That's how we understand that risk premium. We look at the history of every sector. What have this sector returned over the last 5, 10 years? What have this industry returned over the last 5, 10 years? What has this stock returned over the last 5, 10 years? And so once we understand that, we can now say, okay, this is the expected premium of what I can get from the risk that I take here, right? What is the risk? How much money you're willing to put there, and what is the inverse? What is the downside to this stock? Let's mitigate that so we can understand the risk and we understand the premium. We put them together, we can now put together a great investment strategy. One of the greatest things we can do is say, okay, what has this company returned over the last 5, 10 years? And we can get an idea from that. We can now get an idea of the type of premium that we can get from this business. Right? So what I like to do is if a company has returned like 15%, 18% or 20%, I'm gonna play it on a conservative side. So if it returns 15% a year, 20% a year, I wanna say it can return me 10% a year, or 9% a year. And anything above that, you've outperformed what my premium expectation was, right? So I'm always, even though I take risk, I also give myself conservative calculations. And the reason why I give myself conservative calculations is because if the market or this stock or this industry has returned 15% and I say, yeah, they're gonna give me 15%, when they don't give me 15%, I've given myself no wiggle room.
right.
Like, yo, investing is like real calculated, yo. And you don't have to be like this mathematician. Nah, you can just do simple numbers. So let me just give you an example, right? So I'm always break it down for my travels, how I break it down for my travels, right? If I score a quarter for 200 and I'm supposed to make 400, all I really want to make back is 325. If I make back 325, I'm good. I'm not trying to make the whole full bag. Y'all with me? That's how I look at it. I keep telling y'all, yo, this stuff remind me of the streets all the time. It's simple as that. So if you invest in the business and you know normally that this business has returned 10 to 15% on all the time, that's the premium. Well, man, knock that down to 8% and you good. If it return 15%, I'm gonna say give me 9. If it's supposed to turn 10, give me 7. And now I've mitigated that risk. I put that reward, that risk there. I've attached the premium to it. And now I put myself in a position to win, man. So look, man, it's the boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. Y'all know my goal is to help the culture build wealth one share at a time, man. Trap with me. But before you go, I want you to like and subscribe this video, man. And then send it to somebody and tell them Trapper talking that talk, you hear me? Big Trap, man.
With FundDrive.
So yeah, man, he cracking facts on a lot, man. I admire this brother because of his background, where he came from. The street life, wasn't born into a silver spoon, so I can appreciate that. And he said with the time, unfortunately, he had to do. He met a guy who was got incarcerated for the stuff he was doing, but you know he chopped it up with him and got his game from that, and now he pushing and trying to teach everybody the game, but. Like I say, I'm late to the game. I wish I would have started in my 20s, but I didn't. So it is what it is, but I'm glad, better late than never, because now I understand and watching my money grow from just me being in the market since last year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I do in the years to come and watching my dividends grow, so it creates me another form of income. So just excited about it. Hopefully y'all gathered some good information for this, and for those people who ain't investing yet and you out there buying the latest whatever, I think you're making a mistake. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with having nice things or whatever, but if you ain't investing and thinking about your future, you definitely messing up. You know, if you gonna take chances in other parts of your life, why not do something legal and something that will just enhance your life later on and build that wealth for you and your family and generations to come in your family. So yeah, again, that's my man Wall Street Trapper, very educated brother. I love the knowledge that he giving the people. He's one of the people I follow. And again, this is Yella. This is Organically Speaking. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe to my page. Trying to grow this thing and pass on the information that I learned. You know, what's knowledge and power if you don't share it? All right. So other than that, people take care. Peace.